What's up, guys? It is a beautiful day today. All the Mustangs are out. There's no clouds in the sky. Well, maybe a couple. And it is the perfect day for an awesome muscle car drive. And I don't know about you, but I don't even listen to the radio half the time. I just love to listen to that exhaust. Right now I'm headed to get our exhaust tightened down because I didn't have the right tool to kind of tighten down the converters to the headers. So I need a longer extension on the socket, so I'm taking it to the shop now. Hopefully it'll sound better, smell better, and I just love to listen to it. And there it is. So my mechanic tightened up the exhaust. It sounds a lot better and quieter up here in the front because obviously it was pretty loud right after the headers. It was kind of a big gap. So let me know what your exhaust setup is if you have the 05 to 09 V6 Mustang. So I'm going to show you, obviously you saw the title, this is how to break into your Mustang through the trunk. Now here's the reason why I had to do this. The door handles, if you noticed on the old Mustangs, maybe this just happened to me, but it wouldn't go back to its normal position when you let go. It would just stick out because it was loose. I thought maybe it needed a new spring, but when I looked it up, you actually have to adjust it. So I did that, but then I adjusted it too tight. I tested it before I put the door back together, and it was working fine. So I could lock and unlock the door, which I was doing from the door lock button. So the next morning I went to the grocery store, and when I came back out to get in the car, I could not unlock it. So with the key fob, I'd hit unlock and the stem would go up and then right back down no matter what. And I couldn't time it. I could not get into the car. So I was freaking out. I couldn't even use the key itself in the keyhole. Well, eventually I tried the trunk with no success, but someone brought tools out to help me, and I destroyed the seat. And I'm going to show you how you don't have to destroy the seat. So here we go. That is getting dusty. You have your two back seats, and they do come out. You know there's the seat delete kit, so I figured you could do this, but I didn't think you could do it from the trunk. And all the tutorials online also said you have to do it from the inside, but this is actually wrong. So if you look in here, right down there in the corner, you're going to see, if you lift that flap up, there's a bolt, and you're going to have to feel for it. You're going to have to stick your hand down in between the trunk and the seat and actually feel for it. I forget what millimeter it is too, but once you do that, you're going to be able to unscrew that bolt, and then there's one in the center as well, so that the seat's held in two positions. Now I thought once I did that the seats would kind of lift right out, but I still had to struggle quite a bit and bend the brackets. I had to lift up on the seat at the same time I was pushing it into the car. And again, it was a struggle. I was in the trunk for about 45 minutes working on this. I had to cut my brackets instead of unscrewing them. And then later on I figured out how I could have easily unscrewed it. So I hope you can do that if you ever need to do this. And I pushed the seats in, crawled in, and again the door would unlock perfectly fine from the inside. Went straight back home, took the door apart, adjusted them just a little bit. So now they still don't close 100%. And you can see this here. When you pull it out, it just doesn't quite retract all the way. The other one's worse. This side's not too bad. My friend decided with his Honda Civic, which he's got a loud muffler on it, original catalytic converters, and a cold air intake. That's the extent of his build so far. He just got it, so he's pretty excited to build it up. Anyway, he's coming out over now to meet me here, and we're going to do a little bit of a rev battle. Hopefully we don't make anyone too mad here, kind of in the middle of the park. That video is coming shortly, and I hope you'll enjoy this one as well. And let me know if you have any other tutorials you'd like me to make. This is a really weird one, but I figured someone's gonna need it, because I needed it. I never thought I'd have to do that. And you know, the first thing that popped into my head was breaking the glass. And then the guy who ended up helping me said, no, don't do that. That's going to be expensive. He said there has to be a way in through the back seat. Even if you have to break something, it's cheaper. And by the way, they went back together perfectly. And they bolted back on. So I'm not too concerned about that. And if you ever do use those seats, you're sitting on them. So they're not going to pop up and they're not going to be a problem at all. Again, hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll see you next time.